Welcome to Cup of Jose, your local Escolarian podcast, where discussions have a purpose. For our very first episode, we have Filipino journalist, editor, producer, writer, content creator, anything that you can think of. We have Mr. Jayjay Orense. So, take a seat, have a sip, and listen to today's talk. Jayjay is an alumnus of the CEU Communication and Media Program, Class 1995, then called AB Mass Communication. He had covered historic events since 2001, including 2 presidential inaugurations in the US, royal wedding of Prince William and Princess Catherine Middleton, and the coronation of King Charles III. Okay. Hi, Jay.
JC.
Good morning.
Grabe naman yung introduction mo. Parang
Right,
sobrang award-winning. Anyway, thank you.
Well, can you take us back to your journey straight out of college?
So, alam mo, I just realized when I woke up this morning, parang it was not almost, but it's exactly 30 years ago when I graduated from CEU. It was also April. I don't want to sound too dramatic about this, pero yung family ko, we're not that rich. So I was blessed that I was able to get a scholarship sa CEU. So when I graduated, my thought was, would I be able to get a job? Kasi at that time, yung television, broadcasting industry, yung options are very limited. And when you say broadcasting industry, there are only 2 or 3 schools or universities na normally ina-accept.
The Ivy League schools in the Philippines, right?
Let's be honest about that.
Correct.
So, it's either you're from the University of the Philippines, Ateneo, or LaSalle, or actually UST din. So sabi ko, paano yun? I mean, how would I actually apply, diba? But, I was even thinking whether should I go overseas and work? Domestic helper or construction worker.
So sorry, this was like 1990s, right?
Oo.
Okay.
Let's not be exact about it.
Right.
But it's in the mid-90s or early 90s. So I was thinking about that, whether it would be an option to go and work overseas. But I was just lucky kasi nga, there was this so yung dad ko was a friend to the brother of Lucy Cruz Valdez. At that time, si Lucy Cruz Valdez was one of the founders of the Probe team.
Yes, of course.
So, siguro kinapalan lang na mukha ng daddy ko, no? So, parang lumapit siya dun sa kaibigan niyang yon, sa brother ni Lucy. And then, he submitted my resume sa kapatid. And natuwa naman yung kapatid, so he gave it to Lucy, and Lucy, ang telepono pa noon, yung dial Dinadial pa yung telepono noon. So, parang nagsabi si Lucy na, sige, sabihin mo kay, dun sa bata is to call this number and then we'll just, yon. So, I called the number and then eventually, I went to the office, I applied for the job, I got it as a production assistant.
Right.
Pero I wasn't even thinking seriously about it kasi parang feeling ko, anong gagawin ko sa probe? Hindi ko rin although reputable yung it's very respected yung the probe team, yung show na yon. So parang to be there it's an honor. Pero hindi ko alam kung anong gagawin ko kasi nga school it's either you're from UP or Ateneo. Lahat sila nag-i-Inglesan, JC, no? So ako minsan nakaganon lang ako sa kanila. Parang ping-pong ball.
You're quite ostracized during that time.
I think in a way. Pero at some point, parang feeling ko na I have to step up. Kasi parang nakakaya naman sa school ko yon, di ba? Sa CEU kung saan ako nag-graduate.
You're carrying the flag of CEU.
Oo, parang in a way, di ba, representative ka nung CEU. And siguro parang feeling ko, it took a while bago ko makuha yung confidence. Kasi I mean, personally, I'm really introverted. So, hindi talaga ako, meron akong social anxiety. I don't feel comfortable in public, especially when there are people around na ang dami-dami. I get suffocated. So, parang it was really a struggle. But then, siguro, parang you only need to meet one person to believe in you. And that will just open the doors sa'yo. So, just one person. Yun lang yung kailangan mong makilala. One person na maniniwala sa'yo and eventually, ikaw mahahawa ka dun sa kanya.
Right. And who would that person be?
I think it's Lucci.
Okay.
I always tell her, ayaw niya mang tanggapin, no? I always tell her na, alam mo ikaw yung fairy godmother ko kasi if it's not for you, I wouldn't be in this industry. Kasi she opened the door for me even if, let's say, I started as a production assistant and then inch my way up to being a producer, reporter, anchor, and then it led to, different positions, diba? So, found myself in Jimmy and then transferred to TV5. I worked in Singapore for a while. So, I mean, it's a dream na you attain all these branches of development in the industry. And alam mo, isa ring kasi parang feeling ko, it was meant to happen. Kasi I remember when I was high school, 4th year high school. So hindi ko alam if you know Smoky Mountain, yung singing group.
I do, yeah.
Smoky Mountain. So one of them, si James, kaklase ko nung high school. Tapos yung probe at that time, I think 7 years na sila. Nung 19... Huwag na natin pag-usapan.
Correct.
Basta nung mga panahon na yon, I think 7 years na yung probe and they had this musical special about Smoky Mountain. Kasi they've won awards during that time. Ang dami. So, pumunta sila sa school namin nung high school and then the plan was to interview James Coronel, one of the singers na Smoky Mountain. And then one of the producers of Probe said na, oh, we need somebody who can actually say anything about James, yung gaano siya, yung character niya, yung characteristics niya dito sa school. So, ako yung hinila.
Okay.
Tapos, and then ako yung in-interview. It was just a short interview and I clearly remember yung boom mic na para siyang big waffle to me. Sabi ko, kakainin ko ba to? Pagkain ba to? Pero yung pala boom mic siya.
Okay.
Tapos, ayun, so in-interview nila ako and that aired in late 80s.
Okay, I won't ask.
Oo, yun na yun, late 80s. Tapos, hindi ko lang na-realize, few years after, yun na, sa probe na ako. So, hinanap ko yung tape. Natatandaan ko pa yung tape. Number 34 or 37. So, pinanood ko pa yung sarili ko nasa probe ako. Sabi ko, oh my God. So, parang talagang the universe led me to probe. So, may ganon na element. But feeling ko, if it's really for you, it will really, really happen. Hindi mo na siya pipiliin. It will just be there and then it's for you to take.
Correct. And very important din sa lesson na nangyari sa'yo, is finding that one person who would nourish you,
True.
right?
Yeah.
Correct. Guide you to the path that you're going to take.
Correct. Hindi lang ako binigyan ng opportunity ni Luch to succeed, but talagang she honed me. I remember when I submitted my first script, it's unrecognizable. In fact, I thought it wasn't my script.
It was murdered.
Oo, pulang-pula siya. Hindi pa uso nun yung kinokorek yung script mo sa computer. Parang ang correction pa niya was by pen. Oo.
Yes.
Which is I'm doing right now sa mga estudyante.
Yes.
And then parang makita mo yung nakasulat na okay, that's parang it's already an award. Kasi parang pag nakita mo okay, ibig sabihin perfect
You're
na yung
doing
script
good. You're making
mo.
progress already,
Oo.
right?
So pag wala ka nakitang correction, parang
This is it.
this is it. Tapos every Monday sa Probe, it's always a tradition to evaluate all the shows that we have. So at that time, I think we had 4 or 3 shows airing on Channel 7. We would be brutal about the whole evaluation na talagang matatamaan ka. And if you're balat sibuyas, talagang mahirap tanggapin. Kasi talagang sasabihin sa'yo na ang pangit ng pagkasulat mo, parang it didn't fly, it's not good, the editing was actually horrific. Yung mga ganun ba? So parang if hindi ka matibay doon, I think it will really pull you down.
Correct.
But
those seemingly harsh criticisms led you to who you are today,
True.
right? Very particular with quality. I can see that the way you mentor our students here. Okay, now one of the things that was very noticeable with your career is when you were one-man team who really covered a lot of pivotal events, nation or internationally speaking. So how was that experience like? What were the happiest moments, the most challenging ones?
Alam mo, it's not easy. I guess Probe really helped me, trained me to be a one-man person, a one-man team. Kasi sa Probe, when they train you, they'll train you not just to write, but edit, be on cam, research, and everything else. So, I think yun yung aming, how do you say it? Bentahe. So when I got to Channel 7, may expectation ng Channel 7 sa amin noon to be all around. And even when I transferred to Channel 5, that multitasking skill na-apply din siya.
Correct.
And hindi siya madali kasi nga tatawag ka, you will write, and then you will edit, and then you publish it, you're all around. Especially if it's overseas, kasi ang daming limitations. You have to call, you have to be on your toes always kasi wala kang researcher eh. You have to find your own story, you have to be enterprising. And plus the fact na, although I can speak English or but still, may limitations yun eh. Hindi yung ganong kadali. And ang daming mga permits. And ikaw lang gumagawa nun. Wala kang assistant. Oo.
But sir, one thing that I really saw here is you were there during the earlier times of journalism. In a good way,
Parang may
you were also there when journalism is starting to be more mobile.
Yes.
Mojo, as we call it, diba? So, very interesting times ahead, na nakita mo parehong sides.
Yes, oo.
Correct. Which is something that you are teaching our students right now, right? Now that you are free from corporate slavery, as they call it, okay, now what's next for Jayjay Orense?
Hindi ko alam.
That's a very honest answer.
Hindi ko alam. Alam mo, parang, I always believe in the saying na the best plan is not to plan at all. Kasi sometimes if you plan and you don't, it doesn't materialize, parang it pulls you down and parang nagiging source siya of sadness, depression, and whatever. So parang ako, just take each day as it comes and just not to plan anything. I'm glad that I've been given this opportunity to teach, to give back to the school. And who knows, I'd be able to teach again next sem.
Of course.
And then probably do something else.
Mentioning these great names in journalism, Mr. Cheese, check the discussion.
I agree.
So, mura o mahal? Pretty, okay?
Pero minsan gusto rin ng meeting.